Good morning and my pranams to everyone. When we think about this most significant notion of the inner transformation, a story comes to my mind, and I would rather say an important discussion comes to my mind. And this discussion takes place in Shiva Sutras. Shiva Sutras are one of the most important and paramount spiritual scriptures of India. And in those scriptures, Ma Parvati, Shakti, bestows a question in front of Lord Shiva. And he answers to those questions in a rather metaphorical manner, where to grasp the real answer, to understand what he's really trying to say, one would need to dig a layer further, and then only the right answer would be available to the seeker. On one of such pursuits, Ma Parvati asked to Lord Shiva, she asked the question that what is the reason of this pain and sorrow and anguish and agony that is being experienced by each and every soul? And what is the process of salvation? How could one liberate themselves? How could one free themselves from this everlasting process of taking birth in hope and ending life in despair? How? And Lord Shiva answers to this question in his characteristically metaphorical manner. He says that in the beginning, I divided every soul into two halves, and I kept one half with me, and I left other to take births. That's it. That's the answer. But if we listen prudently, if we listen carefully, then we would just about get the message. What he is saying that each of us, each and every soul is incomplete in one way or another. And we are trying to find completeness in another incomplete soul. And two incomplete cannot make one complete because we cannot give it to others what we do not have. When we are searching for happiness in other people, what we forget is that they are also searching for it in ourselves. And if I had it, if we had it, we would not be searching it on the first place. What essentially this significant discussion is trying to convey that this sense of completeness, this sense of fulfillment can only be achieved by uniting with the other half that lays with the divine. Otherwise, our search continues in this life or another, and we keep getting rewarded by futile outcomes. The gist of the message is that to achieve absolute bliss, a painless state of harmony, one has to travel beyond ourselves, to the ultimate, to the divine, to the perfection. And unfortunately, all the travel that we have done together as humanity, as mankind, and all the roads that we have mapped together, that's only been an outward journey. A journey that could provide us comfort, no doubt, but not the contentment. When we are running after the matter, when we are running after the things that are going to end, if not today, then tomorrow, then what we get is material. What we get is mortal. What we get is perishable. And the path to happiness, the path to stability, the path to peace, the path to harmony, the path to inner transformation is inside us. Not in the matter, but in the consciousness. And unfortunately, we have wrongly understood that we can only achieve the happiness and bliss in the life by accumulating objects and by ignoring our calls to live happily and harmoniously with each other. Today, people are happy to devote 2 hours to check their status on the Facebook, but probably would have no time to spend time with the family. Even if we ask people, And we can go from Java to Jakarta or Sumatra to Suriname. And we can ask the people that behind these shine and exterior of the life, where everything seems to be very filled with lots of comfort, people really do not have so much happy lives underneath it. If we ask the people that are they really happy? Do they really have the life as they pretend over the Facebook? An answer would be categorical no. Everyone seems to be busy in running after things which have no meaning. And to the extent that we have almost or absolutely forgotten to live with each other like a family. And as a result, we now have the money but no satisfaction, prosperity but no contentment. We now have broken down the family system. Not only the families, but we have systematically annihilated the concept of the individual. We now are living in a world where we have more diseased individuals than ever before. Unstable minds, broken families, fractured societies, social disparity, political uncertainty, angry climate, misdirected education system. If we look at the global consciousness, what we see emerging is a sign of chaos, confusion, conflict, uncertainty, dissatisfaction, disillusionment, fear. Nations seem to be afraid. Nations seem to be afraid that there could be another world war. Scientists seem to be afraid that this drastically shifted climate, the angry climate, could bring an apocalyptic end to the humanity. And people seem to be afraid that they may lose everything they so dearly love and cherish. And to confirm, to endorse, to verify, to know what I'm trying to say, no one needs to read research articles. It's not there on the YouTube videos and Instagram feed. It is there in the heart of the people. If people ask themselves that now we have got everything, do we really have the life as we pretend over the Facebook? Are we genuinely happy? Are we truly satisfied? And it doesn't seem to be there. It's not there because for long we have been dreaming a dream from which we are just waking up. A dream that if we just give material to the people, if we just make everyone socio-economically happy, then everyone would be miraculously happy. And the truth is different. Truth is that now, when we have means to live, there is no meaning to live for. Now, when the struggle for survival has subsided, the real questions of the life have started to emerge. That's survival for what? I remember a story of a great king in India who wanted to conquer the whole India. He had conquered half of it. And after conquering the half of the India, he met a yogi. And yogi said, "Why are you doing this?" And he said that I want to conquer the entire India. He said, "If you have conquered the entire India, what you would do?" He said, "I will make a beautiful mansion." And yogi asked him again that if you made the beautiful mansion, what you would do next? He said, "I will have number of servants." And yogi asked, and then what? He said, "Then I would have lots of jewels and everything." He said, "Imagine you had all that you wanted to do. What you would do as the last thing?" King said, "What kind of question is that? I will sit, relax, and enjoy." Yogi said, "Why do you have to conquer the India to do it? I'm sitting, relaxing, and enjoying right now. To have peace in the mind," he said, "you don't have to conquer the other people. You have to go within yourself." And that is the real purpose of the life. To have meaning in the life, as Puju Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya, who lived from 1911 to 1990, he talked about the foundation of spirituality. He said that spirituality is not about having the mystical powers, an ability to give ashirvad, and ability to levitate in the air. He said that the spirituality really means and only means a transformation from within. He said to have the real spirituality, one need to live the life with the right principles, no matter how hard it is. Spirituality means compassion, it means kindness, it means courage, it means determination. It means all those principles which are necessary to have peace in the world, which are necessary to have harmony inside us, which are necessary to have peace in the universe. This is what the spiritual principles really talk about. In Indian scriptures, we have what is saying. It says, Ayam nijah paroveti ganana laguchet samudara charita namatu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Ayam nijah, this is mine. Paroveti, that is yours. This kind of notion is right for the children, it says. For the people who have become adult, for the people who have got the big heart, Udara Charita Namatu. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudha means the planet, Kutumb means the family. He said, for such people, every single person on this planet should be part of one single family. And when that kind of thinking comes to our heart and mind, then we have nothing but one truth in front of us, and that is to uplift the society, to make it a better place for our children to live, to provide them a gift of peace, no hatred, no discrimination. And that can only happen if we have a spiritual outlook of our lives and also for other people, not only for ourselves but for everyone else. Then we have the revolution, what Gurudev talked about. He had a remarkable life. He was one of the most prolific and groundbreaking scholars of modern India, who, apart from authoring more than 3,000 books in Hindi and Sanskrit, established this colossal network of Gayatri Parivar, which now has 120 million members and more than 4,000 centers worldwide. And they work in the areas of social reform, like free education, free health care, women empowerment, village autonomy, environmental conservation, disaster management, to name the few. And he said that the most important dimension that we have to bring change to the problems that we see nowadays, whether they are social issues or any other travesty, environmental conservation issues to human trafficking, he says the solution should not only be external. If we continue to focus on the external measures only, like laws, regulation, and acts, which are important, but cannot solely bring the change unless there is a change in the global mindset or consciousness. These crises of human conscience that allow people to live their lives with comfort and luxury while children are dying demand for a fundamental or deep change in the global thinking and mindset. And I'm not talking about the change that takes place when we change our clothes or we dye our hair or we get tattooed, but it's a change in our very substance. And that is what we can call as the transformation. A transformation which at once individual but also social. It is personal but also collective transformation. And that transformation is the fundamental basis of humanity and spirituality. And I would like to end this small message by quoting what he said on the current circumstances. Gurudev, what he talked about the current circumstances. He said that while the current situation looks dark and gloomy, it should not bring fear or despair to us. Rather, we should embrace this as a call of action. It is a signal that we are born at a time when mankind is called to accomplish the most important and most difficult task that has ever been called to complete. And this demands for a complete new level of collaboration between different nations, different people, different races, different religions, different sectors, different societies. For the first time in the history, all the people of the world are called to work as a single human family towards a common goal of ushering the world into an era of sustainable culture. Nothing short of this feat shall be the task of our times. And this begins by changing from within. What Gurudev in Hindi said as Hum badalenge, yug badalega. That if I change myself, then only I can think about changing the other people. And that kind of inner transformation is the fundamental basis of humanity and spirituality. And that is the aim of this small program that we aim to offer through this network that you are currently uh, visualizing right now. My pranam and my best wishes to all of you.